Joining us now is Professor Tracey Brame with Cooley Law School. Tracey, let's first just talk about, were you surprised and how frequent does this happen? The judge there said it does happen frequently.
So yeah, it's not uncommon, it's particularly in a case like this. I wasn't surprised in this case. You know, emotions and opinions have run high ever since this incident happened 3 years ago. My guess is that there are, at least a couple of people on the jury who have strong opinions about what they feel, whether it's about guilt or innocence, and they're trying to work through that. So I wasn't surprised that they were deadlocked.
Professor, one of the things that I've been considering over the past day or so, after I watched you and your great explanations yesterday, is that people look to trials, in some cases, and I think in this one, for closure. There are about 4 outcomes in this trial. Do you think that a conviction on either one of the charges that they can consider, or a hung jury, almost guarantees that this is not the end of this?
Absolutely, and you're right, we do look to trials for justice, for closure, for accountability, etc. But if Officer Schur is convicted of second-degree murder or manslaughter, there will almost certainly be an appeal. If there's a hung jury, there will likely be a retrial. So really only acquittal in this case, in which case double jeopardy would attach and he couldn't be tried again, only that would provide what we would sense as closure, right, in a case like this. But you're right, this could very well continue on, depending on the outcome.
Yeah, we are at hour 8 and 9, I believe, right now. The longer they deliberate, is that more of a positive sign for the prosecution or the defense, or is that neutral?
So typically a long deliberation tends to favor the defense. So, if someone's going to be found guilty, that a quick verdict is usually equated to a guilty verdict. But in a case like this, I think it is a little bit more neutral because, again, the fact that they're deadlocked tells me that there's strong feelings on either side. So we'll see.
And what's going on through the minds of these jurors right now? What are the issues they are talking about?
So again, I think the narrative in this case is so jarring. They're trying to figure out what to do with the fact that this started as a traffic stop and ended with someone being shot in the head. And again, I think they're trying to understand things from Officer Schur's perspective, but trying to keep in mind that someone was killed and where is the accountability there? Like, kind of where do we draw those lines? And it's not easy. I thought this would be a close case.
This is probably judge and case specific, but when you have this circumstance and the judge says, go back, try again, gives this long list of instructions and actually offers all kinds of information if the jury needs it. How long does she encourage them to continue to stay in that jury room? Is there a point of diminishing return?
Right, and so that's a fine balance. So as the judge noted in this case, it really hasn't been that long. They went out midday yesterday, they deliberated for a few hours today. Sometimes juries deliberate for days on end. But to your point about diminishing returns, I'm sure the defense concern is that the more you force a jury or appear to be forcing a jury to make a decision, the concern is that they'll make that decision out of compromise or, just acquiescence as opposed to really thinking through it. So at some point, particularly if they come back to her and say, we tried, we just can't figure it out, at some point she'll have to honor that. But, she was right to tell them, like, this is part of your duty to talk to each other. I think in our society in general, I think we've gotten, it's become more difficult, right, for us to talk to each other about difficult things. And I think this deadlock might be a reflection of that.
And she did say in what are the standard jury instructions, after all of that, you need to find a verdict, you need to have compromise, but do not give up your own personal beliefs.
Your own personal judgment. Like, don't violate your own judgment. So do what you think is right. She doesn't want them to compromise their beliefs, but you have to try to work it out based on the evidence and the information that was presented at trial. So, delicate balance.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thank you, Professor Tracey Brame.
Absolutely.
We have covered this trial, every minute of it, by the way, at Wood TV Plus and woodtv.com. And you can follow all of the developments, and there are certainly going to be more. We'll also bring you live coverage from the courtroom when jurors reach a verdict or come back in to say they haven't reached a verdict.